Just 29 days to go in our countdown to the midterm elections. Congress has gone home to campaign, and it's crunch time for both parties. Republicans have been getting a boost from that new crop of Tea Party candidates, but they are making it clear they won't necessarily follow the party line, and John Carl is here with more on that.
Good morning, George. Well, with those raucous primaries now behind us, Republicans say they are united behind defeating Democrats. But this campaign has produced a new breed of Republican candidates determined to shake up Washington and the Republican Party like never before. Republican leaders worked hard to defeat them, but now Tea Party insurgents like Rand Paul, Sharron Angle, and Joe Miller are solidly supported by the GOP establishment.
We're going to do what's necessary in order to make sure that America gets back on the right path. I mean, we aren't going to play ball. We're going to make sure things get done.
In an exclusive interview with ABC News, Alaska's Joe Miller talked about rolling back the power of the federal government further than Republicans have talked about for more than 70 years. Should the federal government be requiring a minimum wage?
That is clearly up to the states. We believe, in fact, the state of Alaska has a minimum wage which is higher than the federal level because our state leaders have made that determination. At the minimum level, again, that should be the state's decision.
So there should not be a federal minimum wage?
There should not be. That is not within the scope of the powers that are given to the federal government.
Miller and other Tea Party candidates also favor eliminating the Department of Education. Some want to pull the U.S. out of the UN. Once scorned by party leaders, they're now embraced. Case in point, in an audio obtained last night by Nevada reporter John Ralston, Sharron Angle is heard talking about her newfound clout or, quote, juice in the Republican Party.
I go to Washington, D.C. now, and I say, I want to see Jim DeMint. He's right there for me. I say, I want to see Tom Coburn. He's right there for me. I say, I want to see Mitch. He's there.
Now Republican leaders are counting on victory, George, for those Tea Party candidates as the only way they can get control of Congress.
They need to win most of them. Let's take a closer look at the map right now, starting with the Senate map. That has gotten very competitive. We've been looking at about 10 states over the course of the last several weeks. We now think of the most competitives, Washington and California, leaning more to the Democrats, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Florida leaning more to the Republicans. That leaves these 5 key battlegrounds.
Yeah, 5 pure toss-ups in the ABC analysis here. So, George, if Republicans can somehow manage to run the table, win all 5 of these, they still don't have control of the Senate. They're at 49 seats. But this morning, we're adding a new state to the ranks of the pure toss-ups, the state of West Virginia. And now, George, this may be the hottest Senate race in the country right now. In fact, Republicans are buying more television advertising time in West Virginia than they are in any other race in the country. But even if they win that, they get to 50-50.
50-50. And the incumbent Democrat there, Joe Manchin, the governor of the state, started out as a huge favorite, but now the gap has been closing. But I should say that Democrats still holding out some hope that they can win in Wisconsin, and Republicans think they're doing a little better in Connecticut right now.
And remember, if they can win that one and those, they get control.
Okay, let's take a look quickly at the House of Representatives. Republicans still say that wave is going to carry them in, but we haven't seen any change.
No, we're still exactly where we were 1 week ago. There are 45 seats that are considered pure toss-ups by ABC News. Republicans need to win more than half of them to get control. But the good news for Democrats is there's been no erosion over the past week, which we had been seeing. So Republicans need to continue to gain ground, and they didn't gain much ground over the past week.
Okay, John Carl, thanks very much. We are going to have a new poll out tomorrow morning. Also, our latest frustration index. That's all coming up tomorrow morning on GMA.